Stand by for a brand new episode of All Things Good and Nerdy.
Welcome, everyone, to episode 580 of the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast. This is our first show of 2025. This is episode 580, recorded January 2nd, 2025. My name is Chris. In this brand new year, I am joined by the usual band of misfits. We'll start first with Mr. Willie D. Nelson.
Hey, y'all. I'm just enjoying my year here. I hope you are too. I'm glad we got to sit down and have this nice intimate talk, just me and you and the other people here too.
There are a few of us here. Don't worry, it's not just me and Willie. We are also joined by the one, the only, Mr. Anthony Bachman.
Negative, I'm a simulacrum.
I thought you were a meat popsicle.
Not this time. Not this year.
I would miss that Jeopardy question. What does that mean?
Fake person, android. Another word for that.
Is it from?
I'm not live. I'm Memorex.
All right. Oh shoot, what was that guy's name? The jerky 80s.
Max Headroom.
Max Headroom. That's
there
it.
you go.
Get it on, boys. Yeah.
Either that or John B. from Pee-wee's Playhouse. They're both heads and boxes.
Nice pull.
Yeah, I miss him.
Mecca hi, Mecca heiny. Whoa, can't say that on there.
I mean, we're on the internet. You can say almost anything. I said almost because there are things I don't want you to say.
Yeah, you can say anything, but you may have to deal with repercussions. You have freedom of speech.
Fair.
That does not mean
From
freedom
the
from
government.
repercussions. Yes, exactly.
Not from other people.
And it still does not mean freedom from repercussions.
Technically, you can say what you want, but Twitch could deem it to be against the terms of services and yank your feed or YouTube or whatever other streaming service you may or may not be streaming on.
I mean, I've already been
silencing
censored
you
by a game. Oh, no, I've been censored already this week because I had to try something out on a game.
Oh, that's right. He was talking about that in the pre-show, everyone.
Yeah, I had to try it to see if it's a real thing, and I got an email from PlayStation, and I don't know where else I would have got this from, but they just said, hey, some stuff you said is not under the right conduct code. And I was like, I haven't said anything to anybody. That's weird. Well, I've only done that thing, put it in that game, and they censored it. Maybe, was it that?
Willie, you shouldn't talk about Winnie the Pooh like that.
To be fair, I don't even really care about Winnie the Pooh. The show.
To be fair, he belongs to the public now, so...
He is.
Well, you don't do anything,
characteristics.
As long as you don't do anything with the Disney version of Winnie the Pooh, you're good. It's
also true.
Oh yeah, I just saw.
Mess with the Disney Pooh though.
Yeah, I just saw a list of things that went into public domain yesterday. I can't remember what they were.
Yeah, there was a new list. I hadn't looked at it yet. Yeah, Popeye is what was it? Tintin? Was that also one that went?
No, not him liking spinach. That's still no. That was after.
Yeah,
that came out after.
But it's a brave new world with all this new.
Let's get the free use.
Finding the CBS
horror movies coming out, I guess.
2025
fair use, not free use.
Oh, A Farewell to Arms by Ernest Hemingway, Sound and Fury by William Faulkner, Seven Dials Mystery by Agatha Christie are all free to use now.
Expect new movies coming out based on this property.
There will be new movies.
Right.
Oh, shit. Tiptoe Through the Tulips is public domain.
Well, the original song, not Tiny Tim's version, I would assume.
Oh, no, it's probably not Tiny Tim's version.
Yeah, no.
It's Tiny Tim's that became memeified.
Well,
still,
I mean, it was memeified when it came out.
It's true, but Tiny Tim's delivery is very unique.
You can think Insidious probably for pumping that out the most.
Blackmail, directed by Alfred Hitchcock, his first sound film.
That was one of them.
Is public domain.
First talkie.
Wow, that's...
So what are we going to do? ATGN watches on Twitch.
I've heard it's quite boring.
Hell yeah. I'll do that. I don't care. I'll watch Alfred Hitchcock.
Like it's early, like it was a talkie, not a movie. It was a talkie.
That's all right. I sat down and straight up watched old school Kurosawa Seven Samurai a little bit ago last summer.
That's a bit different.
Yeah, but still, it's very old school It's not the pacing of like current films. It's black and white, but it's one of those ones like you watch it and you go, "Oh, I see where all these movies stole this shit from."
Well, how about this? Actually, what I heard about Blackmail was it was turned into a talkie halfway through production. It was not supposed to be a thing. I just watched this is the thing I watched because they talked about that too. And it originally was supposed to be through till halfway through production. Like, we're gonna add sound and talking to this. All right, we'll fix it in post.
Yeah, that's a crazy list.
But there is something else I want to talk about here because
just do it. You're up.
Something bothers me, not so much that I really care, but it bothers me because the only people who would be bothered by would care, and anyone who doesn't care why is the MCU called the 616? Why did they change it? They teased it with Far From Home, and then they just outright did it in Doctor Strange. Why? The people who would know that the comics are the 616 universe would care. So the ones who would know about it care, but the ones who don't know just don't care. So why would you try to even mess with that?
Because they are putting an Easter egg out there for people to have fun with, and people took it a little too seriously.
Yeah, because I'm trying to remember.
Me.
At some point, one of the writers, designated like the alternate universe that was the Marvel Cinematic Universe as a separate. What's the number for the MCU?
Earth 19999 5 nines 1 5 nines.
Yeah, because I remember that they designated it at some point in the comics. I can't remember what comic, I can't remember when, but I remember they did it because they're like, oh hey, we got this one, we got that one, we got that one, and all the alternates. It might have been part of the Spider-Verse stuff actually when they started pulling out all the different. It's like, oh, we're gonna have the Spider-Verse.
I'm all right with that.
They had all the different alternate time, and they had to label them all. It's like, oh, here's the Sony PlayStation Amazing Spider-Man, so like that's why he looks different. Here's Spider-Ham, that's why he looks different. Oh, you're in Miles Morales Across the Spider-Verse, and you're seeing footage of live action Spider-Man. It's like, okay, well, all these have to have their own designations. Yeah, I can't remember when they did, but then to turn around and call the MCU the 616 kind of negated that. Is kind of dumb.
It just baffles me because the only people who would care would know about it. Like, so why do it? It's just call it a different. Oh yeah, that 199999. Yeah, I get that. Change that. Yeah, that was dumb anyway. Yeah,
because making it number. A weird
call
long
Earth
number.
Earth 1. I don't care.
Can't do that. That's DC.
That's DC.
Fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
As soon as I said it, I was like, oh shoot, I should.
Yeah, because they literally DC started. They had Earth 1, Earth 2.
Earth Prime, I think
Earth
it was
Prime,
one, right?
they had a bunch
Prime.
of. Yeah, you can't use that naming designation because that was the direct competition across town.
But
they were using
why
it.
Take it away? Because the only people that care would be like, why are you doing this?
Yeah,
like,
that one was kind of dumb.
It just irks me a bit. It just seems like the people in charge, Feige. Why?
Well, I mean, at this point now, I mean, it's funny. I had this conversation at work the other day about why Nick Fury is a black guy in the Marvel Comics now. Because Nick Fury isn't a black guy in Marvel Comics. Nick Fury is an old white dude from Vietnam.
Well, he is, but now he's the son of Nick Fury, named Nick Fury.
Jr.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And why did they have to put a black Nick Fury in the Marvel Comics?
Because of the Ultimates.
Because of Nick Fury in the Ultimates was Sam Jackson.
Yep.
And so they cast Sam Jackson in the movie, and then if they want people to go read the comics, then Nick Fury can't be an old white dude from Vietnam, so we need a black character to take the spot, and it's a snake eating its tail now.
Let's also
you gonna do the joke?
The comics did the movie, did the comics, and like it's just a loop.
Let's be honest, we probably don't want people going back and reading the original Ultimates at this point in time, because there's elements of it that didn't age very well.
Oh, I thought you were going to be like, no, where's my Nick Fury's David Hasselhoff? Where's he at?
No, I thought he was going to say we don't want people going back and reading the 1970s, Sergeant Fury and the Howling Commandos books. Well, I think Joe Cooper was probably pretty good on most of that stuff.
Yeah.
I've never heard anything bad about it. But there was some crazy like cannibalism and stuff going on. And incest in the Ultimates. So
the Ultimates book went for shock value a lot.
Yeah, it had a lot of shock value. No, it's
Yeah,
it's where we got Sam Jackson as Nick Fury. It's also where we got a much more soldier version of the super soldier Captain America.
True.
Because in the comics prior to that, a lot of that was a lot more cartoony stuff, way more comic booky. He was way more super than he was soldier. In the Ultimates, Steve Rogers was a trained killer who killed people. Like that's what he did, and he was really good at it. And then he was also, a super soldier. But yeah, he was a hell of a killer in that book.
I guess to bring it back a little bit, it's like, just don't. They teased it with Far From Home. They teased it, and it turns out just Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio was just full of shit. So who cares? He was just lying out his ass. The number was fake. All right, don't do it again. They fucking did it again. And I was like, but they went all in on it. It just don't get it. I just don't get it. What was the other Earth 898 or some stuff like that? The one where
well, they referenced a bunch of different ones in Doctor Strange because the multiverse of madness.
Yeah, because America Chavez was multiverse jumping, and so and they didn't label all those alternate realities like the one where they gave us paint
numbers.
I was like, I want pizza balls, man. Where's my damn pizza balls?
Is the cheese on the outside, or is it all in?
I thought it was all cheese,
like a round hot pocket,
pepperoni on the outside. I don't know. They look
like a Pizza the Hut. You gotta grab a hunk of Pizza the Hut.
Ooh, Pizza the Hut, delicious.
Pizza's gonna call out for you.
Indeed.
And he looks delicious. So greasy, so yummy,
so weird.
Pizza the Hut.
So, how much do you think a Pizza the Hut, full size, would cost? Like, if he was a being and you want to eat him, how much would that entirety of pizza cost?
Well, where are we getting our pizza from?
Yeah, it depends where you're getting it from. Is it just exterior to make the shape, or are you making a solid mass all the way through?
It's not because of his name. It's just because I believe he is all stuffed in his crust. It's got to be Pizza the Hut.
Is Pizza the Hut effectively just like a giant calzone or a stromboli with pizza toppings on the outside? So, if you open them up, is he all cheese?
Maybe he's just a big Chicago deep dish.
Well, that's a lot of deep dish.
And like the breading, thick breading is inside his mouth like that. Instead of it going all around it, it's just that, and it's all around it. Ooh, inverse.
Maybe he's actually just a giant worm, like Jabba the Hutt. He just pours pizza toppings all over himself every day.
I guess the real question, what we need to be asking, is how come no one ate him sooner?
Fear.
Yeah, they fear the Hutts.
I don't know. You starve a person long enough, they don't care. They'll chew through steel to get to that pizza. You look.
Well, I mean, he did eat himself when he died, so that is kind of proven.
It's true. It's true.
Well,
I'll deal with starving people and what I've been into.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to that at the end of the show.
Is it Pizza the Hut?
Nope.
No, it's not at all. But what we're going to get to next, assuming I can find the transition, is our news of the week.
Live from the ATGN studios on the internet, it's the news of the week.
Well, that's right. We're into the news of the week. It's that part of the show where we share with you fine folks watching live and or listening at a later date. What's that interesting geeky news that's going on out there? What can we teach you about? What might get you teased a little bit like, hey, that's pretty cool. I want to go experience that myself. It's probably not going to be my news. Well, I don't know.
Oh, don't say it like that.
Could be my news. I don't know. I guess it depends on how much people care about a certain DC comic book character getting a movie adaptation. And I don't mean this disparagingly, but in comparison to some of the other things out there, would you put Lobo on the same level of popularity as, say, Superman or Wonder Woman? Or
Superman or Wonder Woman? No. But as popular as Nathan Fillion in a bowl cut.
That's fair. That's fair. So why do I bring this up? Well, we did just find out this past couple days ago that Jason Momoa is returning to the DC universe, but not as Aquaman, as Lobo in the upcoming Supergirl movie, or Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow film. So he will be coming back to do that role because it is one he's been super interested in, and it was pitched to him, and he's like, hell yeah, I'm in. So he is the first carryover from the old DC cinematic universe being shifted over into James Gunn's new universe.
Hey,
I'm excited for it because
Fish
he's
feels
excited
safe now.
Yeah, probably.
I
think it's pretty cool. He gets to play a role of a character he really likes. This is his second superhero in the same comic book universe. That's kind of cool and a nice little trivia point. And I'm also really entertained by how much the Snyder Bro chuds are melting down over it.
That's always a good thing.
Yeah.
It is weird though that he's going back to the character. Like it was like originally that was a rumor of who he was playing when he was brought into DC. It was that he was going to be playing Lobo because, well, let's be fair, Aquaman's kind of a douche, and nobody thought someone that looked as cool as Jason Momoa would be Aquaman. They thought someone that looked like Jason Momoa would play Lobo because Lobo's a bad son bitch.
Well, he also kind of just looks like Lobo.
Yeah, I mean,
put some Kratos white paint over his face. Yeah, just make him all like ghostly.
If you give him like clown level white face paint for all of his skin, it pretty much looks and lives like Lobo. Not just looks like him, he lives like him too.
So the way he confirmed this casting was just pretty entertaining in typical Momoa-like fashion. He was doing an Instagram post, shared a post, and his post shared a quote from a 2023 interview with Fandango, where he'd said that the long-haired muscular menace was his favorite comic book character growing up, calling it, quote, the perfect role. He then confirmed his involvement in the movie with a simple 2-word caption, "They called," where he'd effectively said, if they call, I'm there. They called. Jason Momoa is now Lobo and Aquaman. Dude's built up some pretty decent geek cred, though, let's be honest, because he's also Conan. He's also Ronan from Stargate, in addition to 2 superhero characters.
Well, to be
He's been
fair,
in Game of Thrones.
He's not Aquaman anymore because now he's Lobo. That universe is dead.
Is it?
And he's the Conan that nobody saw. Let's be fair. I've seen it, and I'm one of like 6 people that have seen that movie. Like,
look, it's still in his resume. He
True,
can
but
still say I was Conan.
Movie. Nobody saw that movie. Like, I think there might be members of his family that didn't see that movie. It had such bad numbers. Like, nobody saw that damn movie. And what's worse is it wasn't actually that bad. It was an okay Conan. It's just it wasn't Schwarzenegger. Like, it was missing something.
And you know what the DC EU was missing?
Lobo?
James Gunn and his wacky picks.
That's true.
All the wacky picks. This just fits for James Gunn. Lobo. Fucking perfect. Sounds just like him.
Between Peacemaker and the 3 Guardians films, has Gunn had a miss?
Or even before that, with Super.
Well, I'm just saying, like, stuff that's like, pre-IP that he didn't create. Like, stuff where he's coming into it and having to work with previously used characters, but doing, like, his versions of them. Because, like, his version of Star-Lord is not Star-Lord from the comics. His version of Rocket and Groot are not Rocket and Groot from the comics, but he did his version of them and made them all pretty freaking awesome.
I liked his take on Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, he wrote great Scooby-Doo movies. Like, I'm trying to think. I don't know if James Gunn has had a miss. So the only bad thing is that, eventually if they make 15, 20 DCEU movies, which we hope for, like, I want to see them have a run of 20 films that leads up to the Justice League versus Darkseid. Something to compare with Marvel and be like, hey, we did our version too. Something, just a massive universe. But there's going to be a Thor Dark World in there somewhere.
Yeah, but I'll paint you a picture, though, is that James Gunn is directing and wrote Superman. He is not writing and directing the Supergirl movie. He is merely the executive producer / Kevin Feige of it all. So this is not me saying Supergirl is going to fail, but let's have a hypothetical situation here that it doesn't deliver and people don't like it. Is that a James Gunn issue as much as it is the creative team their issue? And maybe you could say yes at this point because of the newness of the new DCU, but let's push that out 10 movies down the line. Say they get 10 movies out that are all
Yeah.
success,
Once
and then they have a bad one.
Once he's spread thin over 10, 15 projects, but if that second movie coming out that he didn't write and direct, it better be damn good.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
that would be a shot in the foot if they screwed up the second movie.
At some point in time, he can't be as heavily involved in every movie because he has to spearhead the universe. I think it makes sense for him to say, hey, I think I'm a good director. I think he can say it without ego involved because it's factually accurate. I'm going to kick things off with doing Superman, probably in part because I think he said something to the effect before he's wanted to do a Superman movie. Totally get it. I think that's the right way to. Yeah, technically, I think it's the right way to kickstart things.
Okay.
Yeah, but
trusting Gunn.
Yes, for sure, definitely trusting Gunn.
I mean, he hasn't given me a reason not to trust him. I wish I don't wish I have not seen anything that he's done that I haven't liked.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Yeah.
It's all at least been interesting, and I'm glad I watched it. So, yay. And Lobo, can't wait for that. Ooh, I wonder how much he's going to get to curse.
I guess it depends on the rating, not ranking of the movie.
I could see it being a PG-13 and Lobo gets the one F-bomb.
Is he just gonna start punching Supergirl straight in the face? I can just see him just holding up her hair and just doing that. Just, I mean, she could take it. I mean, she'd be like, "Oh, punch me in the face! Well, fuck you! I'm gonna punch you back." Like, I get that. It's just like I could see him doing that. And he's just
it's possible.
I'm a big guy. Bam.
I just don't think we know enough about that movie to know what's going on. I just think it's cool that he gets to do a role that for him was kind of a dream role as a kid because he was a fan of Lobo, to be like, hey, I get to be Lobo on screen now. That's got to be a really cool moment.
I get to be Space Easy Rider, a badass Space Easy Rider. All right, fuck yeah.
I had to check. Yeah, James Gunn only produced Brightburn. He didn't write.
Oh yeah. I know he didn't direct it or write it.
It was the Gunn brothers, Brian and Mark, wrote that one. No, I love that movie. I was just trying to remember. I was like, wait, did he actually do? No, he just produced it.
Oh, I know. I remember when the trailer came out, I kind of laughed about it because they were just shrouding James Gunn's name on it. I was like,
yeah,
he's just a producer. What does this
he's a
mean?
producer. But
and I was like, what does that mean? I was laughing at when the trailer. I'm pretty sure we talked about it.
It was like half the horror movies now from A24. It's like from the producers of Paranormal Activity. It's like so people that brought money in for a horror film are bringing money in for this movie. That tells you absolutely nothing about the quality of it. But you do know if it got James Gunn's name on it, he put his name on it. So, I mean, that's a pretty solid stamp of approval these days in Hollywood. I honestly, I can't think of a miss.
I would very much like to thank Disney for having a stick up their ass for firing James Gunn in the first place so we could get this. Because, hey, I want Marvel and DC to both put out great movies because more great movies. Who's going to be upset at that? Why would you be upset at that? More greats, more options.
Selfishly, I need things to make me want to go back to the movie theater. As someone who used to love going to the movie theater, I can't tell you the last time I went to a movie theater.
I can. We'll find out when we
talk about it was Furiosa. That's what it was.
Alien Romulus.
Mine starts with an N.
You're not allowed to say that word.
I know, that's why I didn't.
Namco?
Yes, Namco Bandai.
Yeah, too white. Wait. If I pat the hair down, it might be dark. No. It only gives me a fake tan. I'm super white underneath it.
Look, all I could think was that episode. Darker. All I could think right there is the episode of South Park where Randy's playing Wheel of Fortune. Things that irritate you. God, Randy, how bad that went.
Randy.
We got new South Park coming up this year at some point in time, so I'll enjoy those 6 episodes we get in the year.
Yeah.
I never know when it's happening. Is it only like streaming on Max or something?
I think the back catalog's on Max, but the new stuff will continue to be on Comedy Central.
Yeah, I got to add that to my list. I still have not watched.
Is that a separate streaming, or is that, I don't know, like Paramount or Peacock?
I meant just on TV in general. I don't know when the current season goes to streaming. I think they wait for the entire season to air before shifting it.
So, Chris, I got a question for you.
Quest.
Do your parents enjoy the Yellowstone show?
I don't know.
Because mine do, and they keep asking me, hey, when's those last episodes coming out? streaming because they have all of season 5 except for the last 5 or 6 episodes. And I'm like,
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me Google this. Why isn't it not on there? They already came out. Just put it.
I don't know.
I don't know what they're doing over there.
My parents are of that demographic that
Yeah.
watch a lot of the CBS content, which is on Paramount Plus. So I know they have
not
Paramount
Big Bang
Plus.
Theory.
No, we're talking like NCIS, all the cop procedurals and stuff like that
Fair
that
enough.
are all on CBS that tend to skew towards a slightly older demographic.
That goth lab girl.
She's been off the show for like 4 seasons now at this point.
That's all I remember of NCIS, and I think that I hope it's the right show.
Yes.
I just remember her.
And that show has had like 6 spin-offs now, I think, at this point in time. And it was a
it's had
spin-off
way
of
too
Jag
many.
to begin
Oh
with.
yeah. That was actually I think that was a pop culture Jeopardy question. Was what was NCIS a spinoff of or something like that?
Yeah, there was a
Jag.
backdoor
I was like,
pilot
I
on
should've known
Jag
that.
for NCIS. I mean, NCIS has been on the air 23 seasons or something like that, I think.
Oh shoot, it's almost
Crazy.
under fair use. Or
Right?
Almost. Yeah, because now don't they have one where it's the young Gibbs? It's
Yes,
like the start.
NCIS Origins. And that's
Yeah.
Here, let me tie this back into geek culture there. The guy who plays Mike Franks, who is Gibbs' mentor, is married to Katie Lotz from Legends of Tomorrow. The White
which is
Canary.
who? Oh,
The White Canary.
Oh, okay.
So the guy who plays Mike Franks is married to the White Canary in real life.
so neither
Katie
one of
Lotz.
those is the goth lab girl. So I don't know.
No.
No. Neither one is the goth. You're right.
Neither one is.
God, let me just retreat back for a second.
Do you need a moment, Willie? Do you need to collect yourself?
I'm just Smiles. That's all.
Or we can take you off camera
Hand
to collect
check.
yourself. if you
I'm
need.
just Smiles. All right,
Hand check.
I'm just Smiles. Let me. All right, don't you degrade me. I can be all smiles and happy.
Hey,
Okay.
Willie, what else you smiling about? Is it whatever your news story is by chance? Are you smiling about that?
Oh, I'm not smiling because my teammates trying to go up in comp matches are really annoying me in the game Marvel Rivals, which has come under some news recently. Why so? Because apparently some damage is kind of tied to your frame rate and how much your computer's frame rate is keeping up. The higher the frame rate, the higher damage the higher the FPS, the higher damage gets done. A little bit, so pay to win a little bit.
I was gonna say, so pay to
Yeah.
win. If you have the best internet connection, you win.
I'm pretty sure I'm more than sure they didn't actually intend that to be a thing. I'm sure it's fully accidental because they seem like they want this to last and they don't want a blemish like this. But
Yeah,
it is
sounds like
something
a
that's
glitch.
happened. I know I've seen definitely with Wolverine where they had like 120 frame rate versus 60 versus 30. I think I saw a video, and it just does enough more damage when it's a higher frame rate. It's a noticeable bit, but it should be good news. Should be fixed after the first season, hopefully soon with the next patch, from what they say. But still some issues.
Gotta have a season.
Well, it is free to play, fully free to play. It's not like Overwatch where you still have to buy it. Well, no, they turned free to play afterwards, didn't they? I don't keep up with it.
I don't
Listen,
remember. They might be now.
Overwatch wasn't the problem with Overwatch. It was Blizzard. Which is why I like playing Marvel Overwatch. Which is, I mean, come on, it's what it is.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I'm still enjoying playing Rocket Raccoon, mostly just because of his movement kit. Whenever someone starts to shoot you, you can just like scamper up a wall away, like, peace, I'm out of here. He wall crawls faster than Spider-Man, and he's gone.
Yeah, sadly,
and,
I played Spider-Man that game, and it was not a fun experience.
Well, Spider-Man is a
I haven't
hard
played
character to learn. Hard character to learn.
I haven't played this game yet. Should I? I guess is the
Did
question.
you enjoy Overwatch?
It was okay.
Then that's probably the same. It's a third person
Yeah.
Overwatch. That's what I'm telling you. If you enjoy Overwatch even a bit, like try it. It's free. You can download it for free and just try it.
Yeah,
I
it's
got it
Overwatch
downloaded.
with a Marvel skin.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
got it downloaded. I just haven't tried it yet.
And
Yeah, it's not bad. And it looks very nice. The graphics on it are great.
Oh yeah, another character I've also been trying is Squirrel Girl, aka Junkrat, because that's pretty much all she is. Just a modified Junkrat, just a bit. And I like that because Junkrat was like the second character I learned in Overwatch. So that's So it's a nice little translation over.
Yeah, I've been playing Soldier 76. I mean, the Punisher.
And so Chris has already said a bit of the controversial stuff.
Go for it. It'll be.
I just want to
entertaining.
mention it's a little weird. Like, I don't care, but apparently, since this is a NetEase game, which is a Chinese studio, they have banned some things from the in-game chat that you can't type out, like free Hong Kong, free Tibet, free Taiwan. Not you. You type it in. I've tried it. I have tried it. It will says inappropriate material or something like that. It says you can't type that in. You can't type in Winnie the Pooh in a Disney game. It's Marvel, but you get Disney. Yeah, can't type in Winnie the Pooh, and it's like sure, go for it. It's such a weird choice. That's the hill you want to die on. I mean, sure, not literally. Of course, it's like you want to make this an issue. Go for it, I guess. Like, I don't think anyone was really caring about typing that in, really, until they saw that you can't do it.
Until you told
and then
them
it brought attention to it.
Yeah.
I think what is like, why? Okay, sure. I mean, you don't care anyway, so why stop the people from doing it? You don't care what they say anyway. I guess this is what it comes down to. It's just something funny.
That's weird.
But oh well. But if you like Overwatch, you'll like this, and it's pretty much the same thing, just third person. I'm having a lot of fun, and I also got the name Willie Nelson on it. No middle initials.
Nice.
So that was nice.
Nothing wrong with that.
But that was your Marvel Rivals update.
I will have to try it. I wonder if it supports crossplay. I haven't even looked.
What do you mean, like play? Oh yeah, we can.
Can I play with PlayStation Network people?
Yeah, we can play. Play people.
Yep.
On Xbox and PC.
Willie, I might have to play some games with you at some point.
Sure, you just don't.
Or I could just put it on my PlayStation, I guess.
We're not playing comp. I don't trust you enough. And plus, you also have to be level 10 to even try comp.
I'm level 0.
I know,
because I'm that damn good.
I mean, I would hope you would know.
I think I'm level 2.
That I think wraps up Willie's news story. That means we got one left. What you got for us, Bachman?
There was a pretty big announcement that a lot of people were expecting, but it was nice to see. Golden Demon 2025, which is the prestigious painting competition, is going to return with Adepticon with new category and new awards. For those that don't know, this is like the big painting award for anybody that's a miniature painter in the Warhammer hobby. They give out, I think it's 2 Slayer swords now. So one here in the U.S. at Adepticon, and another one at I think it's the Warhammer World Convention over in the UK. So in the article from Warhammer Community, the first leg of the competition will be turned to the U.S. at Adepticon, which kicks off March 26th. The show has a new home at the Baird Center, Milwaukee, so it's pretty Central America, so you can get as many people in as possible. For the updates, they said that Duel is now returning as its own category, allowing entrants to create vignettes featuring 2 opponents in fierce combat. That's one of the things that people missed, was being able to just have one character versus another character and having dual dioramas set up. Warhammer Underworlds, which is one of the mini games, their war bands will now be entered into the Warhammer Age of Sigmar unit category alongside Warcry war bands. So it's one of those weird ones where it's another sub-faction game inside of Age of Sigmar, but it wasn't allowed as Ages, just weird, dumb stuff. So yeah, they have a new full category list, which now consists of, so under the heading of Warhammer, you have single miniature, unit or kill team, large model or vehicle, and then under Age of Sigmar, you have single miniature, unit, Warcry or Underworld's warband, large model or war machine. And then for individual categories, there's one for Middle Earth, one for Blood Bowl, one for Warhammer Old World, Epic Scale, Young Bloods, which is entrants ages 12 to 15, which is usually, people entering their first competition, Warhammer the Horus Heresy, which is 30K, Necromunda, Diorama, Duel, and Open. So a lot of categories, and then each of the top 3 spots in each category still gets a gold, silver, bronze. And then, below the podium, however, the awards have changed. The highest achievement is now so that you still have the category, but the highest achievement is now finalist, followed by commended, and then notable, all for entries that have caught the judge's attention. So it's one of those things where like they had like gold, silver, bronze category, and they were marking stuff as finalist, commended, and notable at different shows and confusing people that were like trying to figure out where their model was going. So big update. They did all the update on, they put it up in the Warhammer community. It's actually now all on the Golden Demon 2025 website. So if you go to citadelcolor.com, Golden Demon, they've got all the new updates in there. And then Warhammer kind of did a cool thing to release, to kind of kick off the new year. They normally have this thing that they call a New Year, New Army, where, Games Workshop is a company that wants to sell miniatures, so they want you to buy as many miniatures as possible. So they've had like this running gag where each year they try to say, hey, it's a new year, you should start a new army. You should go spend, $400 to $800 on plastic miniatures, build and paint an entirely new army, because why not? You need another one.
Of course. We all need all the armies.
Yeah. If you have one, you need 3. If you have 3, you need 8. Like that's how, Games Workshop figures it. But they started up this nice new challenge on the Warhammer community website, which basically comes with a bingo card. So you can go into the store, get the bingo card, and it's New Year, New Challenge. It says, ask store staff to stamp the challenges you have completed, fill in a line in any direction to earn a special reward in the store. So you have a grid, and there's 5 different your choices on there. And if you go through and paint a line across the grid, you get something in the store. And, some of them it's real simple. Is that, read or listen to a Black Library book, paint a Warhammer 40K character miniature, paint a Warhammer Age of Sigmar character miniature. And then there's some other bigger ones like paint a Warhammer 40K centerpiece miniature. So like, a hero character, or I think I saw in here, it was like paint a kill team or a war band. So, a larger thing, or play a Warhammer skirmish game with friends or family. So you just play a game and, get that one stamped off and then see what you get on the thing. But for people doing this, they have a set up with the new hashtag Warhammer Challenge Competition and they even put it in there for X/Twitter, because apparently that's what people are calling it now, or Instagram with the hashtag. And then in the article it goes on to say, what all of the current like Warhammer in-house painters are going to do, what they are going to focus on versus stuff they didn't focus on last year. And yeah, it's a fun way. Like they're going to hand out a bunch of where were the dates at? They're going to hand out a bunch of vouchers. So they're going to pick vouchers or pick people to win that have posted with that hashtag on social media. And I think it was January, February, March. They're giving out $100 vouchers to people just for, joining in. So you don't actually have to send them anything. There's no cost to enter. They're just going to randomly pick people on social media. Oh, yeah, here it goes. Prize draws on 29th of January, 26th of February, 26th of March, 2025. So 6 hobbyists will win £100 of virtual gift coupon vouchers or local currency equivalent for use on Warhammer.com. So it's a way to get started in the year. Get a little side hustle money.
Get a little Warhammered this year.
Get a little Warhammered.
I see what you did there.
I've been holding on to that. I've been holding on. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah, I may see if I can do that, because I have 2 war bands I want to build and paint, and I got a whole bunch of unfinished miniatures to work on. So my focus this year is finishing minis. That was the problem last year. Year 2 was the year of unfinished miniatures. I built a lot. I primed a lot. I put some paint on a lot. I finished very few.
I remember when I primed this one board game I have that has a bunch of figurines. I was like, priming takes a lot out of you. But I also don't paint miniatures that much. I just trying as a little thing. It takes a lot.
Yeah, just priming miniatures can take an afternoon depending on how many you're doing. I still got 20 some odd unpainted Tyranid gaunts sitting over here. I've done like test paints on like 5 of them, but I think I have figured out the 2 color schemes I want to do.
Ooh. Is it blue and orange?
No, one of them has orange, but no complementary color. Yeah, one of them would be a red orange mix, and then I don't know what color is the weapon on that. The weapons on that one might just be bone. But yeah, it'd be red body armor, and then like the actual body pieces underneath the armor would be like a bright orange. I would call them Hive Fleet Kobold.
Ooh.
So I'm going to try that. Yeah, all the Hive Fleets are named after mythological creatures. And so I'm going to do that one. And then the other one, I was messing around with some colors, and I like the idea of doing like the Chinton armor in purple, the body pieces in green, because there's lots of, you know, good green paints for orcs and stuff in all the Warhammer games. And then doing all the weapons in orange and calling it Hive Fleet Goblin, but in parentheses, Hive Fleet Green Goblin. So just do the color scheme based on Norman Osborn.
I'll allow it.
Plus, I think Hive Fleet Goblin would be fun.
He allows it.
Or Hive Fleet Hobgoblin.
See, then I got to go way more orange, not green and purple.
That's true.
As long as
But
we're
then
not
you
talking
have
about the Hibbo Goblin.
That'd be
You
a
have-
mix, honestly, kind of between what I did with Kobold and Goblin. That may not be bad.
Sometimes
Hobgoblin?
good ideas happen.
It's true. But yeah, I got some stuff to paint. So maybe I'll be doing the new year, new challenge. We'll see.
Paint.
Yeah.
You should do Twitch streams of painting. I bet that's a thing.
It is for
I know
sure.
it is a thing.
If I had more time, I might. But yeah, I'm definitely not at the point where I want to start Twitch streaming again.
That's fair. I don't know how some folks do it. Like I see Naki on there all the time, Twitch streaming and TikTok streaming.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, man, I don't know how she is. I don't
I don't
understand.
get it.
I don't have
Yeah.
the time. I'm jealous that she has the time. To
It
be able
takes
to
too
do it.
much energy. And
Yeah.
yeah. And also, I don't know. I've yet to find that thing that it doesn't make feel like work. It made playing video games not fun.
Yeah.
It's because you're always on the
Yeah.
entire time. It's just you, and you're always on. You can't slack. You gotta be on. You gotta be on.
That's
Entertainment
fair.
on.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'd rather just sit at my desk and listen to a podcast and paint.
Yeah, I get that. That makes total sense to me. Really does. Well, I think that does wrap up our news of the week then, folks who are watching. But before we shut things down, we do have one last segment. It's a little bit called What I'm Into. It's our chance to share with you fine folks who are watching live or listening at a later date what kind of geeky and nerdy stuff we may get into. Because, hey, you may want to check it out yourselves. We can also kind of delve into whatever Christmas goodies you got. you wanna
Christmas
share.
loots. Yeah.
Christmas loots.
Christmas loots episode.
Yeah, we'll do a little Christmas loots. I'll kick things off because my list's relatively short. I got a bunch of new, well, not a bunch, but I got a few different Lego sets that I got for Christmas I've started building. One of which is like a Spider-Man head on a stand, which I built, which was quick. But I did get from my mom and dad Luke Skywalker's Land Speeder Lego set, like the big one. But I just haven't
Ooh, nice.
because it's a lot of pieces. But I'm looking forward to doing it because there's nothing quite like doing a Lego build. I just enjoy it. I find it relaxing, and it's something that I did a ton as a kid. So it's kind of a nice.
You
little...
Lego
Yeah.
slut.
That reminds me. I gotta go grab something.
All right, he's gonna go grab something, and then he'll be right back. It's
He's
almost
gotta
like
grab his own.
after these messages, he'll be right back.
No, you gotta say it like they did back on ABC. After these messages, we'll be right back.
I don't know if that's fair use right now, though.
That's fair.
Is-
Why would they
is it-
sue us? We're calling back to them. They don't do it anymore.
Who
Come
knows,
on.
man? I don't control.
Oh, not,
what-
not to you, to them. Them.
Yeah. So, been
Why
building
you
some
talking about the
Legos. I mentioned in the pre-show, my wife got us tickets for a Penguins game coming up in a couple months. It's, I mean, not a recent, not a current, not an upcoming soon one, but we've got one later, I think in March, and we're just going to make a weekend of it. I think and grab a hotel and do some stuff around Pittsburgh while we're up there, and then come back. I mean, it's only like 90 minutes up the road, but it's fun to do little adventures sometimes. I do enjoy the Pens though, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. Astute viewers may notice this is a Pittsburgh Penguins hoodie I've got on right now. Go Pens. Other stuff I've been getting into. I don't think I'd had a chance to talk about it on this show, but I did on the last Gonna Geek show talk about the fact that YouTube TV sent out a notification. Hey, we're raising your price $10 a month. And I went, okay, it's time to shop around. So shop around I did. And I have pivoted for now to Hulu Live with the Disney Plus and ad-free Hulu bundle. It costs me $10 more per month than what the YouTube TV price was rising to, but gives me Hulu, ESPN Plus, Disney Plus, and no commercials on any of it. So it was worthwhile to do.
Yeah. No. YouTube didn't raise your price. You decreased their revenue by whatever that was.
Well, and okay, so here's where I don't want to sound like a corporate bootlicker, and maybe I will. We all have to understand when it comes to the prices of these cable subscription services, it's not necessarily who you subscribe to that is the reason those prices are going up. It's because the carriage rate negotiations and stuff go up, which then causes the price to the consumers to go up there. So I understand that it happened, but right now I found a more cost-effective manner for me to get live television content, and that was to pick up Hulu with live TV. Now, that being said, after NCAA March Madness period is over, I will probably be canceling that, and then I will pick up Max, because that's now what it's called. Because the main thing I watch that I need streaming television for besides sports is AEW wrestling. And yesterday, 2025, first show of the year, AEW is now live on Max. All live shows are on there. They're available on demand after the show airs, and a good chunk of the back catalog is on there and being added to it. So I am looking forward to checking that out myself. I was talking to some of the folks that I chat wrestling with on Threads and Blue Sky last night, and they were saying that the picture quality was better on Max than it had been on TBS through cable television, YouTube TV, Hulu TV, and the like. So evidently they did a really good job for that very first episode of Dynamite of making it look really damn good on Max. Now, some people were getting a little salty because they're like, I pay for Max with no ads. You're making me watch ads. It's a live sporting event. You're going to get ads on live sporting events. That's just the nature of the beast. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Even if you have the ad-free version of Hulu or ESPN Plus, you still get ads when you watch live sports, because what are they going to do if you don't get ads? Just put a blank screen?
Could show what the game's going on?
Well, generally when they go to a commercial break on sports, there's nothing going on at the games. Now, how do I know that? Because I had the 4K package on YouTube TV as a trial, and the life hack that we found there is if you watch the 4K feed of an ESPN game, instead of getting commercials, it just goes to a static camera in the stadium that shows like a wide view of the field until they get back from commercials. So I guess in theory they could do something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Oh, it was we had the NFL app. If you had NFL Plus, when they cut to like local commercials that were just for the local market of a certain game, it would just go to a like screensaver screen that just said NFL Plus on it. And you stared at that for 3 minutes while the commercials were happening.
Well, I'm assuming with the AEW stuff, like there's not commercial in the middle of a match. I'm assuming.
Sometimes they go to commercial and do what they call picture in picture, where they'll put them side by side.
But you can easily make it just after the match. What? Just do that or do it before? Like what?
Well, so here's the difference: is AEW crams a bunch of content into their 2-hour block.
Yeah.
So sometimes they have to go to commercial. So
and if I remember correctly,
their requirements.
When they sell ad revenue like times, like during a time slot, they sell that commercial at that time. Yeah. It's like your commercial will start at 8:19 p.m. Eastern, no matter what's happening. And so you have a live sports show that's building around that. Yeah, they have to. Sometimes they do the matches picture in picture. Which I actually loved when they started doing that on like TNT or TBS.
I guess if you have the international feed on Fight TV, which Triller is what they've been renamed to, because you get the AEW Plus subscription there for international folks. Whenever they go to picture in picture, you still have the feed from the show. It doesn't go to picture in picture. And I guess the commentary during picture in picture gets pretty hilarious because there's a lot smaller group of people watching it. So they say some really stupid shit to just try and make each other laugh while doing commentary on the commercial break.
Did you say it's called Triller?
Triller is the name of the app now.
Don't look up what trilling is. Do not look it up, especially if you're under 18.
Was not going to, but that's also
hilarious.
That's where I watch all my AEW pay-per-views right now. It is supposedly later in 2025. Pay-per-views will be coming to Max, but it is not included as part of your subscription, but will supposedly be at a discount if you buy the pay-per-view through Max.
Those bastards. Oh, yep. I see. Let's look at newest episode right now. Episode 152 of Collision from December 21st. And show me I can watch that now.
Yeah, I guess that's part of the back catalog they put in there. The latest episode
Yeah.
should be Dynamite from January 1st. But I guess they had a glitch that the version of Dynamite that was up was only with the Spanish commentary, not the English commentary. So they had to fix that. That was their only glitch they had on this whole first night of streaming, though, it sounds like, is that the on-demand version after the fact was the Spanish language track, not the English.
Okay, yeah, and they do have like season 2019 AEW episode 1 Double or Nothing, March 25th, 2019. So yeah, they've got some of the old pay-per-views on there.
Yeah. So if you are a Max subscriber now, you can watch AEW content live when it occurs and on demand after the fact, in addition to parts of the back catalog. I think they're all going to put, I think they start with the first year of the company, and then we'll start adding more as they go. And then there's a lot of people hoping that means Ring of Honor gets folded in eventually too.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh, the wife's gonna hate it because we have Max right now, because right now we have the Disney Hulu Max bundle.
Nice. So that means you can watch AEW Dynamite later.
I could,
But should you?
Oh, I will. It's just
you
a question of when, because my work days are long and my wife hates wrestling.
That's fair. Well, you got to sell her on the wrestling.
It's never gonna happen.
Got to do it.
She wants to watch wrestling as much as I want to sit and watch QVC.
That's fair.
I can't do it.
That's fair. I get it.
Does she?
Yeah, she loves watching QVC, Home Shopping Network shows.
What?
That's her favorite background noise.
Like, I'm
Like,
not trying
I
to
put on
defend
horror
wrestling,
movies.
but QVC and wrestling, I'd much rather watch wrestling all the day. Like,
Everybody's got their
QVC?
thing.
Oh, look at
Everybody's
this
got their
help that
thing.
I'm never gonna get.
Willie, don't
Yeah.
kink shame.
Like
Hell,
just doom scroll on Amazon. It's the same thing, but you actually, probably more access to it and cheaper.
Well, here's how you sell her on AEW. Is that
I wanna
Alex
hear this.
Abrahantes, who is the luchador manager for all luchadors on there, is a presenter on either HSN or QVC.
Yeah, no, I saw him on one of the shows. I'm like, wait, I know that dude. He's like the manager for the Lucha Brothers.
He
all,
was.
what?
They are no longer employed. Well, one of them is no longer employed by the company and is
the
about to
brothers got
debut in
separated.
WWE.
See, I'm out of the loop. I'm out of the wrestling loop. I don't know what's going on.
John Moxley's running roughshod over everything
Not
right
the
now.
Hermanos.
Because they got rid of the BCC and he's a Death Rider now, right?
He leads the Death Riders.
So you can sell more merch.
Is this like a Death Knight in World of Warcraft?
No.
Cooler?
Is this like Lobo?
Yes.
Yeah, sort of.
No. Oh, I was hoping it was also going to be a no.
John Moxley's
we
killing bitches.
Yep.
And never
Can't
forget,
say that!
never forget, Hangman Page did nothing wrong.
There it is. There it is.
That's your daily reminder that Hangman Page did nothing wrong.
The only person that disagrees is Swerve Strickland.
I'm going to
Yeah.
keep the dark joke in my head.
Well,
You're
Sir
welcome.
Strickland just got stabbed with scissors last night, so he's got other things going on.
Damn.
He was gushing a little bit. Let's just leave it at that. But that's what I've been getting into. Bachman, why don't you handle things next? My words are
Oh,
hard
right.
today.
Let's see. Yeah, so I did my my count up for the year. Oh, where's my sheet here? So yeah, it was way less finished models this year, but I had only one that was built and not primed. So that's the smallest group. I built and primed 31 individual models. I built, primed, and got paint on another 45. So I got 45 started with painting on them, but I finished 5. I have 5 total finished minis. I thought it was 4 because I forgot to count one. So I remember sharing on the show, I did like the Felgar Ravager for the little freebies that they give out at the shop, as well as the little Night Haunt, like ghoul guy, which is pretty cool. And then my favorite mini that I did for the year, which was the Deathwing Terminator, which was the giant knight in the super armor, which I loved. And then I painted a Skaven rat for my nephew, gave him that in his Christmas bundle. So I just posted pictures of that on my Instagram because I couldn't post them until after Christmas, or otherwise he'd know it was coming in his Christmas present.
Don't
and then,
ruin it.
Yeah, no, so he knows what it is now. So he got his Christmas present. And then the one I haven't ruined yet and haven't posted any photos of is I did my giveaway when I broke 1,000 followers on Instagram. The guy that won it, Alex, get me the color scheme photos of his own custom Space Marine chapter. So I painted a Space Marine that will fit into his chapter and match his color scheme, and then had to ship that sucker to Germany because that's where my winner was from. And so I paid 4 times the price of that mini to send it to the winner.
Oh, damn.
And that was the cheapest option because, yeah, the DHL option to ship it to Germany was like $138. I'm like, I'm not spending over $100 to ship a $10 mini. Like, the package weighed 1.5 ounces. I double wrapped it, put it in a little tiny box, taped it up really good so it's nice and secure, but it was 1.5 ounces. It wasn't a pound. It wasn't 10. It was just over an ounce. They're like $130, please. Like, you're out your damn mind. But yeah, so I got those sent off, so I'm super happy. And yeah, once he gets it, I will share the photos. I took video of it. Like, it's probably the Space Marine that I think I've done the best job on for like a regular, just like classic good guy Space Marine on the loyalist side. And then
I to take it to yourself to Germany.
Almost. Like, it was pricey.
And
then,
more fun.
That too.
It's been a fun holiday season for us. Me and Jana finished all of Veronica Mars, so we've seen all 4 seasons in the movie now, which is fun. We might be digging into Gilmore Girls next, so I suggested we have a short, like, intermediary show. So we watched the 10 episodes of Yellow Jackets on Netflix because we'd watched the first 2 when they were available on Prime. And then, yeah, we watched the first 10 seasons as a great show. I see why it was so popular, why it's done so well. Very much looking forward to season 2 on that one. It was really good. And then we've been enjoying Skeleton Crew. Other than that, yeah, playing a little bit of Fortnite. It's about the only video gaming I've been doing because it's always fun during Christmas because they do free giveaways. You go into the lodge, you get free outfits, you get free skins, gliders, all sorts of stuff. And then, the Christmas loots were great. My wife thought it was funny that, when you have the type of mini painting hobby, you ask for stuff like jars of mud. So, it's weird little things that you ask for when you do mini painting as a hobby. But yeah, got some really cool ones. I picked up, I actually bought myself the Warhammer commemorative for the Red Gobbo. So I'm probably going to paint him next December. So it's a Christmas Red Goblin who does all of their stuff. He goes around and steals stuff. So this one, this year's was the Red Gobbo's Abominable Snowman, and the snowman is a bunch of bombs and grenades. So orc stuff is always fun. My wife was definitely the big winner. When we went on our honeymoon in Hawaii, she let me stop at a Warhammer gaming comic store, and there were 2 figures I wanted to look for that I wanted to build, like, as to commemorate the event. I wanted either Harkin the World Claimer or Bastion Carthalos. They didn't have Bastion there, so I bought Harkin the World Claimer, who's this crazy Chaos Space Marine with a big spear. He's really cool looking. I got him to make and still paint still. But like, he's the one that's like, okay, I got that on my honeymoon. I love that one. But the one I've been waiting for was this guy for my Stormcast, and my wife got me this because this dude is basically Wolverine in Age of Sigmar. If he kills a single unit during his turn and does not die during that turn, he fully regenerates all of his wounds. So it's a golden armored warrior who's Wolverine. I was like, that's what I want to lead my army, is a guy that hopefully will just never die. As long as he kills one guy each turn, shouldn't be that hard.
Yeah.
My nephew entered into the adult presents giving this year for the first time. So as I said, I made him a rat. I bought him a bag to hold figures in for transporting your cases and stuff. And then lucky for me, he got me as Secret Santa. So he weirdly, we did kind of laugh. He didn't even wrap my present. He literally just pulled a box out of his backpack. But he got me Iridan the Witness, which is a giant Stormcast dude on like a eagle hippogriff. So I have a giant Age of Sigmar guy to dude. So that I was super stoked about. Though his cousin kind of kicked his butt because my daughter, usually gets me something nice for Christmas. Last year I got a nice shark robot when she was working at Lowe's, which kind of kicks ass. And she asked me 3 times this year for my list of Death Guard figures, because I do Death Guard only with presents. I don't buy any Death Guard. I want to fully build a Death Guard army with just presents I've been given, because I think that's kind of a fun concept.
Sure.
To end up having 2,000 points of an army that I didn't pay for. Well, so I asked for like little guys, like $25, $35, $45 guys, sets that are maybe like 80. She went nuts and bought me a Primarch, which are the biggest, baddest people in Warhammer. She got me Mortarion.
Oh, goddamn, that thing's
who
huge.
Is the Primarch of the Death Guard. This is their boss. So like a unit of like 5 Terminator badasses is like 100 points in the game. This guy is like 300 points or something. It's ridiculous. He's gigantic. And he has giant moth wings that every artist I've seen online does like freehand stuff on. So I've really got to paint the sucker well. But yeah, like I'm stoked. And then, yeah, as Chris mentioned it earlier, my wife also got me some Lego. And I took my first weekend off after Christmas, and I already finished building mine. So
Excellent.
I have the battle from Far From Home with the Spider-Mens.
Sweet.
Electro, Doctor Strange, Doc Ock, Green Goblin, all the Spider-Mans, Ned and Mary Jane. And then, yeah, sadly, they didn't put the Lizard in this set, and I guess Lego sells it separately. And kiss my ass, Lego. How was the one other villain? Because if you open up the top of the Statue of Liberty, Sandman's hand is in there. So he's represented. But you have all the villains and the heroes from the movie, except for the stupid Lizard. I'm not paying you extra for a Lizard, you jackasses.
I think you might.
So it was a nice, fun
He's
build.
going cave.
We'll see. And then there was another real fun one in my stocking. I had 2 little Lego minifigs, which they now put in like solid boxes, so you can't like squeeze them and figure out what they are.
Bastards.
And my stepdaughter wanted to get me a couple of them specifically because there was one that looked exactly like the character that I built when we played Baldur's Gate, because these are Lego D&D minis. And I looked at the boxes like, it'd be cool to get the Mind Flayer, because the Mind Flayer is a really weird looking Lego. And she's like, yeah, but don't you want the Golden Dragon? Because like that's what your character was. I was like, oh no, that would be cool too. I opened the 2 boxes, and of the 12 figures you could get, I got the Mind Flayer and the Golden Dragon.
Ooh.
So I pulled the exact 2 that I wanted
Nice.
on 2 loot boxes. Yeah, unbelievable. And the weirdest Lego heads like ever. Like you have a tentacled face Mind Flayer head, and then a giant like spiked and rimmed with horns dragon head.
Did you go buy a lottery ticket that same night?
No,
With
my
luck like
parents
that?
had come over the night before, and we did scratchers, and I won $1.
Oh,
And so I was like, man, like my luck is crap. I used up all my luck on the Lego pulls, apparently.
I mean, kind of worth it.
Yeah. So I got 2 awesome minifigs, but I did not win the lottery. So that was the only bummer for Christmas. But yeah, my parents usually, we just do scratchers now. We don't buy anybody. My parents don't buy me any physical stuff. I don't buy them anything. I buy them scratchers. They buy me scratchers. They came over here this year, had dinner with us. We played some dice and then scratched some lottery tickets. Like, it's easy. No one's building up more crap that they want to throw away, because my parents are like, we need to have a yard sale to get rid of all this crap. But yeah, my Christmas was awesome. Being a Lego fan and having like family members that enjoy buying you nerdy stuff is the best.
Sure
I'm
sounds
a
like it.
lucky man. That is what I've been getting into.
Well, that's been some fancy stuff then. It sounds like everyone had pleasant holidays.
It was pretty good. My wife
What
seems
did
to really
Willie-
like her coffee frother.
The real question, though, is, Willie, how were your holidays? What'd you
Do
do?
you want to hear the good news or bad news first?
Let's hear the bad news.
Willie got cold in his stocking.
So yesterday, when I came out the house to leave to go to my parents, I noticed something was off.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
My mailbox was completely knocked off in twain.
Oh,
That sounds like a
mailbox
problem for your
fashion?
landlord.
The post itself, the wood 4x4, just in half. That was like, all right. I did hear something the night before around like 1:30 when I was like going to bed. I heard like
Mailbox
3 like
baseball.
do. And I was like, maybe raise up in bed because I was just laying down, like about to go down. I was about to go to sleep, and I was like,
Yeah.
what was that? That was like very close. Then it didn't sound like a firework. Oh well, went back to bed. It was whatever. And then I saw that. I was like, I kind of want to put a sign there saying, "Ha ha ha! Try again." Explode deleted. I'm not going to say it. But I mean, I don't know. What's today? Today's Thursday. I might see them next Tuesday if you catch my drift.
I
There you
do
go.
catch your drift.
Yeah. But yeah, I will kind of want to put a sign on it and say, yeah, try again. Just laugh at them.
If you do that, you got to put a pole behind it, like a solid metal pole that you sink in 4 feet into concrete.
Well, that's
Right.
illegal.
Is it?
Because then I'll
Why?
get arrested for it.
Why would you get arrested for putting up a solid mailbox?
Go ahead and look up a bunch of videos on. I've seen plenty of them. The cops are not on your side with that. That you just have to sit there and take it, and they can't do nothing about it unless you try and do something about it. Then they can do something about it, and they get to you. It's a thing. Look it up. You can't put like you can't put any kind of traps or anything like around there because what
I
if
said
a
put
car
a trap. I said
just
put a
went
pole
offside?
up.
What if a car just accidentally went like off the road and then just completely messed it up because of your trap? I guess that's the reasoning they want to do a hand. But whatever. They also hit my neighbor's mailbox too. It's just R2. Like I didn't really care though. It's like whatever. I just want to make fun of them.
Yeah, mailbox baseball used to be real popular in Idaho. There's a whole lot of country roads out here, and a whole lot of them now have mailboxes encased in cinder blocks.
I don't know what they did to it because the wood is broken and there's no tire marks in the ground, like in the dirt. There's no tire marks and nothing. I'm like, what happened here? Like,
so it doesn't actually look like they were swinging out a window.
If they swung a baseball bat, I feel bad for their hands because something's broken. Because that's a thick 4x4 piece of wood that is in half.
I'm just saying, allegedly, back in the day, that's how we did it in '92.
I'm thinking they just hit it with their car, but I don't see any tire mark. I don't know. It's a whole confusing thing. I don't know if it's just
weird. Yeah, if it's soft shoulder and there's no tire marks, that is strange.
Oh well, but I think the neighbors said they saw someone being creepy in a station wagon. So I want to say, like, put a sign down, like, "Ha, you losers in the station wagon! Can't stop me, loser!" Just call them losers and make fun of them.
There you go.
But
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, the bad news, I don't really care about it. It didn't really affect me. Like, all right, ooh, my mailbox. Okay, I gotta put up a new mailbox. Whoop-de-dee-doo.
You have to,
called, that's a felony, isn't it? Isn't that a felony?
I'm not sure.
Only if they open your mail.
Yeah,
fair enough. I thought just messing with the mail at all.
But
like
you're a renter, aren't you, Willie?
It's just destruction of property.
It's already fixed. It's whatever. I
didn't
even care about it at all. It was just funny. Made me laugh. Laugh at them. Like, that's what you do? That's what you do? Okay, fair enough.
Damn kids.
Now, don't get me wrong. Listen, I've accidentally knocked over a mailbox, but that was an accident. It was dark. And I was trying to turn around in the street, and just accidents happen. I left a note, said sorry, and left a couple.
Yeah, sure. That's what I was doing in high school. I accidentally knocked over like 80 mailboxes.
No, I was just dumb. I literally backed up into it. Didn't mean to because I was just trying to turn around. I took a wrong turn in the street and trying to turn around. But it was so late at night. I didn't want to wake them up, so I just left like a 20 in their mailbox saying, "Sorry, buddy. I don't know what to do. I didn't want to wake you. I'm sorry. Like I did something at least, right?
That's true. Better than nothing. Oh, you wake up your mailbox on the ground. You
it was
open
like 11:30 at night. All the lights were off. I didn't want to bother him. Like, I'm sorry, man. It was an accident.
Fair enough.
$20. I didn't think anything was broken. Just like it pushed it out of the ground, so they just probably pick it back up. Like, all right.
Just
like I hope it wasn't a much of a thing. I just didn't want to bother him. Like saying, "Yeah, I was stupid. Here's
fair
money."
enough.
Like I figured that'd be enough. I don't know, man. It was like 15 years ago, man. But been playing some Rivals, and I did hint about it earlier. I went to the theater and saw a movie.
Nice.
A dark gothic tale.
Nosferatu.
That's the one. The N-word. He said it. He said the N-word.
Chris said the N-word.
But not that N-word, thankfully.
I said what I said. But yeah, if you want my review of it, I'm a bit cynical. Like gothic horror like that. It is a good gothic horror, but that type of gothic horror kind of bores me a bit. But that's me. That's my taste. it is done well. I like the actors in it. Willem Dafoe's amazing in it. The story's
Of
not
course.
bad. I guess my main issue is like, without any spoilers, like the first quarter of the movie, maybe first third, they make it feel very dreamlike. So you're not really sure-footed on like, is this real? But then after that, they do a hard turn. Like, nope, this is happening. This is real. Like,
Okay.
why make it feel like a dream in the beginning? Like, just okay.
Just to mess with you, but they kind of lull you into you're
That's
not sure
me.
if it is.
Yeah, that's on me. That's on me being cynical. And but if you like gothic horror stuff, yeah, you probably like it. Just like if you like Overwatch, you probably like Rivals. Like don't hear whether or not I liked it or not. Hear the words of what I'm saying to know if you would like it. That's what I'm telling you. You might not agree with the things I like, but you hear how I describe things, you're like, even though he didn't like it, I like the things he's saying about it. I want to check that out.
I
Like,
don't.
yeah, go for it. That's all right. Like, oh yeah, I mean, I am going to do one little spoiler. You do see you do see some Nosferatu dick in it.
Yeah, I saw somewhere it was some
I
random
heard there was
headline that
nudity.
one of the actors got to take the prosthetic home with them.
It's just fun. If that upsets you, whatever. I mean, what you probably weren't going to watch it anyway. It's a good movie. Just wish I would have changed some things in the storytelling from the beginning, but that's just me. But I'm not a director, so I mean, I don't make movies. So don't take my word for it.
Yet.
Just take a look.
Yeah,
It's
Willie's
in a
going to
book.
make some movies.
Bram
soon.
Stoker's Dracula, Reading Rainbow.
I'm here for Willie Nelson, motion picture director.
I mean, sure, I wouldn't mind. I don't know what you like. So you're in control of all of it. You got to say where everything's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
You gotta answer all the questions.
But then people's got to listen.
It's true.
I mean, not that they have to. I don't mean to say like that. Oh, I didn't mean it like that. It's just like for this to get done, everyone's got to be on the same page. Is what I'm trying to get at.
Yep.
I guess.
If you're the director, you're the captain of the ship.
Yep. And if it goes down, you're the one to blame.
Oh yeah.
Oh, trust me, I'd figure that. I would have to get a story first. And I mean, I have some stories rattling in my head. I just need to write it out, I guess.
Well, head over to willienelsonmovie.com. I don't actually go there. I don't know what it is.
Careful.
Careful. You might run into the problem that the wicked people have. You might be sending them to a porn site unintentionally.
Yeah, but anyone who listens to me to actually do something I suggest,
fair enough.
you already know that I'm ignorant.
should know
might
better.
I
accidentally
hope
screw
no
up.
one bought those dolls just because they had wicked.com on it.
Oh, you know someone did.
How did that pass? Who saw it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Wicked? I'm sure it's just wicked.com, right? Sure.
Yes, someone was not paying attention and someone did not do their job.
And who pays for porn, like physical media anyway? Who does that?
I mean, it's still a business, so somebody.
I know why. It's weird. I'm still loving that they're making parodies because it's hilarious to see what they come up with.
Porn
The
parody
SpongeBob
names
one looks horrendous and hilarious.
I mean, that's the key, right?
Porn parody names will probably never go away.
Oh, no, they're full costumes.
Oh,
Oh, I can send
Oh
you a link
my.
to a YouTube trailer which is safe
No.
for work.
no.
It
No.
doesn't show anything in it, but the jokes. It shows the jokes.
Oh,
The
Nothing.
Mario one was pretty funny with Bowsette because they did a whole lot of jokes of like I gotta hurry up and get out of here on my Mario Kart or some stuff like that.
Of course they did.
I believe that was the voice of Mario.
That was
think I did
the best
justice.
voice I've ever heard for Mario. Best.
You know what? I mean, so you're saying I'm better than Chris Pratt?
I say it didn't sound anything like Chris Pratt.
Thank you. I wasn't trying to sound like Chris Pratt. I was trying to sound like Mario. That's
Read
the
into
problem. Chris
that,
Pratt
if
sounded
you
like
will.
Chris Pratt. He didn't sound like
No.
Mario.
Fair enough.
I mean, also
All
I
right.
didn't see the movie other than the trailer, so don't take my word for it.
I never take your word for it.
But you'll take my website apparently.
I don't know if it's actually your website, and I'm out of the game of buying random vanity URLs for gags.
Good. I'm happy. I'm happy you're done.
I still own one for you, though, Willie.
I didn't ask for it, man. I'm sorry.
Really?
Don't do it. Don't do
Willie,
it. I'm not worth
I'm
it.
still
I'm not worthy.
holding on to unprotectedadvice.com for you.
Nice.
All right, we need to do another segment of that. That's a good segment.
I believe if you go there right now, it redirects to the official Gonna Geek website with a search for unprotected advice, which brings up all of our segments on it.
I mean, it's a
There you
good
go.
segment. You can't get or is any of the advice I said wrong? I didn't think so.
I don't honestly remember the advice that we gave. We haven't done one in a while, so it might be time to bring it back for a short installment.
Yeah, it's been a bit.
We'll think about it. I got to
Remember,
figure out the
always-
right way to do it when we transition to our new tool for recording. Once I figure out the right way to do it, then it has potential.
We got to find the new tool for the unprotected advice.
Stop.
I just repeated what you said. That's all I did.
You changed the wording to tool, which then made
You
the
said so.
phrasing.
You said new tool. You used the phrase verbatim.
Did I?
New tool.
Yeah,
Oh,
you got no one to
shit.
blame but yourself on this one.
Shit, I really screwed myself right there.
Yep.
You can't
Well,
drop me a bomb
damn.
and not expect me to pick it up.
Well, on that note, it is about time for us to start shutting things down before I accidentally say something else I shouldn't and cause Willie to make me get all bothered by the
Flustered?
fact that I set him up. Flustered also works. Friendly
I love
reminder
to make you
before
blush.
Yeah, there we go. Friendly reminder before we shut this thing down. We do stream this show live every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern over at www.nerds.live. And when I remember to set it up, www.geeks.live. I forgot to set that up this week, so please, I hope you guys use the nerds.live URL. I did mention that we are going to be changing from using StreamYard to Restream or some other service. So please bear in mind that for the next couple of weeks, while we figure that out and get things ironed out, we may have the occasional technical hiccup because I don't quite know what I'm doing on the new tools yet. That word was for you, Willie.
Tools.
Before we shut this thing down, though, do you guys have any final thoughts for the people?
I'm keeping my dirty jokes in my own mind.
Thank you.
I got nothing.
Well, on that note, then, we are getting out of here. Happy 2025, y'all.
Sounds good.
Thanks for listening to this brand new episode of the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast. Don't forget, we'll be back next Sunday live at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central over at live.atgnpodcast.com, channel 3 of the Alpha Geek radio app, and over at our network home at gonnageek.com/live. If you have any feedback for the show, please contact us atgnpodcast@gonnageek.com, on our hotline number at 304-806-ATGN, or even better, go to Twitter and send us a message at ATGN Podcast. The music you've heard in this show is produced by Kevin MacLeod and can be found at incompetech.com.